I'm Marcus, and I brought the list of my top 10 pet peeves.
I'm Brandon. I am going to make the best list of the top 10 pet peeves.
I'm Dan, and I'm going to make the best list of the top 10 pet peeves.
And I am Patrick Serrano. I'm going to make the best list of the pet peeves of the pet peeves.
And this is the
List. Wow, we're doing it, huh?
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Wow. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the
Oh,
Diss
boy.
List. Very excited to be here today, live from Bramble Fest.
Yeah.
Woo! For the first ever live Diss List. This is very exciting, Dan.
Yeah, we've done like 5 episodes. Already doing a live one. This is
I
crazy,
know. This
man.
is the fastest from creation.
Conception to live
That's exactly
audience.
right.
That's
Yes, so we're very excited about that. And we have a couple of special guests here
We
today.
do.
Marcus Rosner is here for
Marcus.
the Diss List. And Marcus, you have brought with you a list of your top 10 pet peeves.
Correct.
Wow. This is going to be fun. We do research normally on this, Brandon.
Yes.
This was so tough because I work with you, and it's
Narrowing to
that's
just
right.
10
It
might
was
have
really
been.
tough to cull it. It
Yeah.
was tough to cull it down.
It's messed up,
Man,
man.
you call me an alcoholic at Yo Gabble Gabble. We're having fun. We're having
I
fun.
only speak truth. I
Yeah.
only speak truth.
Number 10, how he tips.
And Patrick,
yeah.
you're here. You get
Lifetime movie
frustrated by
expert.
things sometimes.
No,
Okay.
never.
So, but you are going to listen to Marcus's top 10 pet peeve list, and at the end of the list, each of us are going to get a chance to mess around with the list a little bit,
right.
including replacing 2 of your pet peeves with 2 that we think are worse.
Yep.
And we'll also be able to flip 2. So if you have
Yes.
one that we think should be higher up on the list, we can do that.
So we're each going to pitch to you. After that, we're going to each pitch to you our list, and you have to choose one of our lists to be the official list of top 10 pet
I
peeves.
love the power.
Yes, it's a power play, 100%. Marcus, are you ready to go?
I'm so ready.
Let's start with number 10.
Number 10.
Okay, here we go. So just a little precursor for this whole thing. I picked very specific things because it would fire me up more and make the conversation a little more spicy. So these are very specific to who I am. We'll see if they translate to the crowd. Okay, number 10. When someone reads over my shoulder, but they read faster than me and make me feel
so
stupid. Bravo. Bravo.
You got to be quick up here. You got to be quick.
I'm messing with the best.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, look at that. There's graphics.
All right. What about that, Marcus?
Well, my wife does it a lot. And a lot of these are things my wife does, strangely. Go figure. Love you. And I just read really slow, and I always have. And she reads really fast. And just the feeling of us reading something together, getting to the bottom, and then her kind of the deflation when she finishes the page behind me.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then just the anxiety spikes for like the second half of the page. I'm trying to read faster, so I'm not really like reading it, and then I got to go back and read, and it's just like growing and growing and growing, and don't do that.
Is your wife watching right now?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Hey.
Brandon, you don't read.
I
so
don't
this
read, so
probably
this one doesn't resonate with me at all. Because I automatically, 1, assume everyone's going to read faster than me, and 2, I'd never let anybody look over my shoulder. It's a rule of thumb for me, and so this one doesn't resonate necessarily, and so I don't really know what I'm going to do with it.
Patrick. What do you think?
Right, I do like books on tape. So,
Yeah.
I'm very much an audio person. So, reading over my shoulder probably wouldn't bother me because I'm like listening to it on a podcast or whatever.
This resonates with me big time. In fact, I think it's probably too low on this list. I am so auditory. If I listen to a book, I can listen at like 2 times speed. I read very slowly, and my wife reads very quickly, and she will be done with that page, and I will feel like I am in first grade. I will just be like, I just got it. Like,
And
what am I?
It's
like,
a bad feeling, isn't
it's a
it, Dan?
bad- yeah.
When you feel like you're in first grade.
Yeah. I just, it is, I'm with you. I didn't even think about this, and as soon as you said it, I was like, this might be top 5 for me. Like, this is real. That's a really tough. I just like, I'm like, just here's a different tablet. We can both read and talk about it afterwards. I can't possibly. It's wild. I'm with you here. I'm with you 100%.
Let's see what's worse than it. What's number 9?
Number 9. Again, very specific to my life and my perceptions of the world. When actors post their audition tapes. You've probably all seen them. What's the graphic? Great. He's very he's doing a very dramatic thing. That's a horror movie. So this is
Now,
just.
you produce films. Like, Marcus is not just actor extraordinaire. He owns a production company. So, like, he's got to deal with all this on a regular basis, right?
I don't mind seeing the audition tapes on my computer that are sent to me and have been
course.
requested.
Yeah.
It's the thing where all my friends that I love very dearly, they will post on Instagram little cute clips of like something they found adorable about themselves on their Instagram story. And it's just like, it's usually them messing up and they're all cute and they're trying to post their personality. And I sound like such a cynic. Like Marcus Rosner, he's not a nice guy. It's just the height of narcissism to me, and I don't care for it.
Antonio, you post a lot of audition
I know.
tapes? No?
Antonio's in my sightline, and as I was saying this, I was like, oh, I don't know if he's done it
It's,
before. Maybe I'm going to offend him.
And Antonio requested we show a 10-minute sizzle reel. It's a sizzle.
That's crazy.
That's right. Yeah. It'll be live streamed on Twitch and TikTok.
Now,
somehow.
I will say for me, as somebody who's not an actor, when I see these pop up on my social media, I quite enjoy it because it's a peek behind the curtain. You don't really think about it, especially
But it's
since
a curated peek behind the curtain.
Yeah. But everything on social media is a
Yeah.
curated
Very
peek
fair.
behind the
Yeah.
curtain. And so I think that they're fun, and it makes me happy. And it's a way to see that the actors like maybe enjoy what they're doing. It's a hard process to put yourself on tape, and those small little moments of laughter or joy, I enjoy them.
Oh my gosh.
This is honestly giving me a new perspective on it because I think I'm just cynical about it. That's nice. Do
Patrick,
you guys like that kind of BTS type stuff, or like if you see so and so actor who was like a supporting in one of the movies, and they're in front of a blue screen, and you can hear their husband reading, and then they crack up, and they're all hilarious. Do you like that?
Okay.
Indifference.
Indifference.
is what I'm
Indifference,
hearing.
yeah. Patrick, you've done some acting. You've
I have.
maybe done some audition tapes.
What
Is this? What does this mean to you?
So, my perspective on it is like if we didn't have actors posting self-tapes on social media, we wouldn't have the viral story of like Josh. Is it Josh O'Connor, the guy who posted the Zoom audition where the director was like, "Your apartment is like the worst
I
apartment."
have not seen this.
Like that is such a great like moment where you're like, oh wow, I can't believe that director said that. That's hilarious. So we wouldn't have that. So I would have to say we'd have to keep
I
posting.
gotta look that
All
up.
right,
That
keep
sounds
posting.
hilarious.
It probably wouldn't be in my top 10, but I'm with you again. I think the only 2 types of audition tapes I want to see are fake ones. Like when you do this thing where you're doing a fake reel, like SNL does them, where like Bill Hader is Alan Alda, or like
yeah.
Jax does
Yeah.
them. We've done them
Yes.
before, like where we're making fun of these like character types that you have. Like that's fun. Or like very obscure tapes that we find, like Bob Odenkirk auditioning to be Michael Scott on The Office. Like we find that 20 years later. Like I'm down for that. I'm down for the fake ones that are funny, like satirical on purpose. The rest of them, it's a quick pass.
I like audition tapes, especially
Yeah.
the ones that like get released in the bunches of like
Yeah.
who auditioned for The Office,
Yeah.
and you get to see like Seth Rogen, all these amazing people.
Yeah.
It's like the pushing it out yourself and sort
Yep.
of being
Yeah.
like,
I'm with you.
look at me.
Oh wow! All right,
Really?
Rena's
Yeah.
Rena's
Rena,
applauding.
That's the
Yeah.
If
difference. I
Rena's
think.
in,
That's
then
the
I'm in. Rena, you
Thank you.
changed my mind.
I got
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Well,
agree. I agree.
Of the people in the room, that's the one.
That's the
That's
one.
great.
That's the one I care
you
about.
should get.
I'm trying to relate to as few people as possible. That's how my career
That's
is going to
always the
succeed.
goal.
He's just a Hollywood liberal elite.
Yeah. Lives in the deep north of Alberta.
Let's see number 8, shall we?
Yeah, again, these are very specific. I'm like so self-conscious about how specific this is now. When I'm in the gym and someone asks me how many sets I have left. What a hard life I lead. Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. Guys, that is actually Marcus Rosner.
I believe
Don't
it.
you hate when actors put something on social media?
Yeah, you beat me to that joke.
Oh, this is
Coming.
so candid.
Yeah. You know, Brain, I don't want to go out of turn, but you and I, when we're at the gym, we get pissed about it.
I know. Oh, I'm so mad even thinking about
Dude,
it.
it's unbelievable. Like, you are always going to do 10 sets with 20 reps each, and I'm like, F off,
Yeah.
guys.
No, I'll let you go here in a second, Marcus, but getting interrupted during a workout is my dream.
Yeah.
Why is it your number 8?
Just leave me alone. Just wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
The time will pass. I have to use stuff, and people are on it all the time, and I just stand and I wait, or I go do something else. I don't go, like, give me an exact minute count so that I can stand over here and decide if I need to wait. Just leave me alone.
That is, I will say, even though it's not, like, obviously we're not going to the gym to do sets or reps, but I do think that the idea of that, when you're using a machine of any kind, like in public that's shared, and somebody just decides not to wait, but to be like, hey, how much longer? What's the ETA here?
And everyone has headphones in, so I have to go, yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody does. Like, it's a fortress of solitude. Just leave everybody alone. Everybody
Yeah.
you should be able to pass through a gym like as if you don't see anyone and no one sees anybody else. And you just silently
Yeah.
doing your thing.
I love it. Patrick, what do you think?
I think whoever's talking to you is flirting with you, obviously.
Wow.
It's not
You
about.
never thought about that.
It's not
It's
about
flattering.
the numbers.
Yeah. How many
It's-
reps you got
Well, I
left?
don't mind
Come
it
up a little
now.
different now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I'm at the gym and someone talks to me, they're in love with me, of course. So I think you need to just shift your perspective on
Shift
that
your
one a little bit.
Perspective shift.
And
Or get some
This is
home
good.
workout equipment, you know? I
I'm
mean,
being
like,
enlightened.
or go
I'm
back to
changing
that-
my whole list.
go back to that lake or whatever and just work on
Can
it.
I just
Yeah.
say really quickly, one of my greatest social media moments is commenting on this picture photoshopped and getting, I think, the most likes I've ever gotten on a comment. So I was very proud of myself. Very proud of
my
myself.
God.
Yeah. Dan, do you have anything to add or no?
No, that was it.
Okay, good. Rosner, number 7.
That picture's just going to stay up there.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah,
stay up
the whole
there.
time.
When people cover their furniture in plastic.
Oh,
Oh, this is a hot button issue.
gosh. Go ahead.
Yeah, use it. Like, you bought it. My grandma would do this, and God rest her soul. But she would do this, and if you're listening, I still dislike it.
Bold. Bold.
This goes beyond the grave.
That's right.
No, it's just like
Grandma
you bought
would
the couch.
Also post her audition tapes on Instagram.
She would do that. In the gym, she was constantly up my.
Marcus! Marcus, what are you going to be doing? How many sets you got left? You've been hogging the bench.
No, lazy boys, couches, chairs, anything. Just you bought it. It's gonna deteriorate. We don't need to sit on plastic for 10 years. Just use the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
everybody
mean, I
agrees.
got nothing to this aside from, I mean, plastic's awesome for the environment, and so it getting used in any case is a big win for all of us. So I think it's a great thing. Patrick?
I've never encountered plastic furniture in
Wow.
real life, like the covers. I've only known it from the nanny, so I love Fran Drescher, so she says it's good. But, I mean, since I've never experienced it, I think I'm with you on this one, yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, it is like you tried to like create a world where you're making something comfortable uncomfortable.
But, like, what's the point of putting the plastic on?
Elongating
protect
the
it.
lifespan
Yeah.
of
From
the
what?
thing.
Spills, all kinds of stuff.
Etc.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I just like either just buy cheap furniture that you don't mind ruining, or just be okay with it. Because if my living room furniture isn't comfortable, it doesn't serve its purpose.
I'm just generally passionate against anything that's like we need to preserve the lifespan of this at the cost of actually enjoying it while we
That's
have it.
right. Yes, that's exactly right.
There's a lot of things like this in life. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be up here for 5 hours, folks. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
What's in your life you're putting plastic over?
Hey, man.
You could do something you could get like really.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
This
I don't
is
know.
deep.
Yeah, it's deep.
Take
It's a
the
deep
plastic
thought.
off.
The plastic
Take
is
the
a
plastic
The
off.
plastic of your heart.
That's right.
I don't know. Something like that.
You've got plastic over you sharing your feelings.
Yeah.
You gotta take that plastic
That's
off.
right. It's beautiful.
Open up your heart.
Number 6.
Okay, this one's going to be interesting. When people, I feel like I'm just going at my grandma. Did you
kill
I made this
her?
list very quickly.
Did
okay?
you murder your
You
grandma?
emailed me, or you texted me, like, we need a list. I was like, between stuff. I was like, okay, I don't like these things. Sorry, Grandma. When people force food upon you. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom, my grandma. Look, I realize you cooked, and I really appreciate it. But if this is really about my enjoyment, I'm going to have the amount that I want. I'm going to eat it when I want to eat it. I'm not going to eat it for your pleasure. I'm sorry.
Wow. Yeah. Good for you.
As a picky eater, this resonates with me. And I just want to say thank you for your service and for bringing it to everybody's attention that just because I don't want to eat something that you made doesn't mean that I don't love you and appreciate that you made something.
This is something I've literally told my mom. I'm
Yeah.
like, do not let my appetite reflect my love for you. I'm so sorry that I'm not hungry at this moment, but we will carry on together.
It'll pass. We'll be
Patrick?
okay. Yeah.
So it's interesting. I was my algorithm's weird because I have nephews now, and I guess I talk about them a lot.
Sure.
So I got an article about grandparents and like what they should stop saying to their grandchildren.
Oh, interesting.
And one of the things was like negative or positive comments about like eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like don't like praise them for like, oh my God, you cleared your plate, you did so
No.
amazing,
Yeah.
and don't be like, oh, well, I don't know what I just said. That was the opposite, but
Opposite of that, yeah.
yeah, but you know, opposites attract, Paula Abdul. And so yeah, I think that's a really good point, and it's something that people don't really talk about a lot. So I think that's a great pet peeve.
So
Thank you.
wildly, for me, it was flipped. My grandparents were just like, eat whatever you want. Like I was like, it was just like, if you want a box of Swiss cake rolls and 8 Dr. Peppers for dinner, then go for it. My parents were the one that were like, you have to try this, or it's impolite. Basically, if we're at someone's house, you have to try this food. Like you have to try it. That's just part of being Southern and being in somebody's house. That's just what it is. And then my wife, her job is a lot of it is dealing with kids that don't want to eat food. And when our boys were one, and as soon as they started eating solid food, she was like, hey, Daniel, here's the thing. The food's going to be on their plate. They never have to touch it. They never have to eat it. And I was like, this is against everything I was taught my whole life. But it works. It works. It's not about clearing your plate. It's not about manners. It's about getting comfortable with food. And my kids at 8 right now eat more different types of food than I ate when I was 20. And so that stuff matters. And this is a pet peeve. And I hope we're sort of evolving out of it. But yeah, no. That's something that resonates with me as a kid for sure too. Absolutely.
Here.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5. Any non-safety use of a car horn. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I wish we didn't have car horns and were willing to sacrifice as many bodies as it would take to clear the noise pollution. Quite frankly. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm ready to draw a line in the sand here.
Okay.
I hate car horns. I live downtown Toronto. There's an ungodly amount of cars, which is fine because there's a lot of people and we all chose to live there. But shut up. Just
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If somebody is right in front of you at a red light and it goes green and they clearly are on their phone,
they're probably texting. I'm probably, that's me a lot. And then
But-
people go, boink, and I go, thank you. I was texting.
But
and
at
then I
what?
drive.
Yeah. But at what? Would you? Is that,
that
an appropriate
non-safety?
use? Of,
No, that's acceptable.
Okay.
That's acceptable. That's
Okay.
on me if I'm texting, which I usually am. But no, it's just like it's
So
people.
what's a non-safety example?
Oh, most of them. Just
Yeah.
aggressive use of like you're having a bad day and like people are just honking at each other
You're
and
10
spreading.
back in construction, and you know you're not going anywhere, and you're just honking the honk.
It's like creating this negative energy in the world, and I hate it.
Now, a lot of I've been to a lot of foreign countries where they just honk all willy-nilly, basically to just let you know that they're there. Is that safety?
There is a difference, I suppose. It's a length, isn't it? It's like if you lay
Yeah.
on it, you're clearly mad, and then the
Yeah.
little honk, honk, like
Yeah.
that's like I'm right here, I'm coming
Honk,
up.
honk. You get it.
So I would call that a safety use, though. I think I've covered that in the description. Was that right?
Is this
It's an
acceptable?
inside joke.
Honk.
One more.
What's the use? Scenario.
Yeah.
I'm around.
No. No.
I want to say hi.
Fundamentally,
I want to say hi
no.
to you. I
No.
see you.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Is this even a pet peeve, Marcus?
Like I know you,
Yeah.
I know you, and you're beside me in the car, and you're like, oh, I got to hear his attention.
What if you don't know
You
me?
just
What
wrote
if
on the
I'm a
window
fan
and
of
waved.
your work?
No, I don't want to talk to you if I don't know
I've
you.
seen
Yeah.
I've seen your audition tapes on social media. Honk.
And they're like, ah, why do you keep posting those shirtless selfies?
That's the guy that keeps getting pissed at me at the gym.
How many sets you got left?
I think this is okay. I probably would maybe move it a little bit lower, which I might do. Just thinking, getting ahead of the game here. But I like this play. Everybody just chill.
Everybody chill.
I have a history of being a bad driver.
Yeah.
On this podcast.
Yep.
So, people honk a lot around me, but I don't think it's for me, right? It's for someone else. I often just do the peace sign, and that seems to make the honking go crazy, That seems to make it worse. Or like the thumbs up, that really gets them. So it doesn't bother me, because clearly they're not honking at me.
If people get mad at me on the road, I always smile and wave. I do. I'm like,
It is the most infuriating thing.
Have you ever blown a kiss?
No.
I just try to think of the most inflammatory thing I can do.
I'd love that if you blew a kiss.
wow, day made.
When it's a big trucker and like an F-350 in like northern Alberta, they don't appreciate it so much.
Okay,
bet.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know, from you.
Yeah, I
never
think
know.
in spirit I'm with you here. I think there's a number of exceptions to this, but the just random honking of the horn because you've decided that the car you can't see way up ahead isn't merging or is trying to cut people, I think that's ridiculous. It doesn't help. No one's moving any faster. You didn't solve traffic with your horn honking. So I think in spirit I'm with you. I think the problem is like there's too much.
We got to define it.
Yeah, there's too
Yeah.
much in that fascia there that I think is
Well,
needed.
we'll run it through the courts. And
Yeah,
come
we'll
up
get
with a
there. We'll get there.
definition.
We'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
workshop
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
something's there. Yeah.
Number four.
Number four.
Number four.
Okay, this one will be interesting. You know those? How you can put your seat back on the plane?
Yep. Yep.
Little button.
Ugh,
You're back.
Yeah.
I hate when people complain about me doing it.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah. So
That's the reaction I'm looking for.
this is very divisive.
This is very divisive. I know. I'm already seeing some sour faces.
I can tell you I don't recline, but I also know the button is there. If they wouldn't put the button there, both sides, if everybody did one way or the other, it would work.
I didn't design the plane.
That's right.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I am going to take advantage of
Yeah.
it. I'm sorry. Like some
Yeah.
planes don't have, like they've disabled it. And I'm like, well, what am I going to do?
That's right.
Break it? No. And so, but there's some big difference between being like this and just having that little
Yep.
bit right there.
You know
Yeah.
who else it's big for? The person behind you.
Yeah.
You know what? If the person in front, if we all just did it at
That's
once,
right.
if the
Here
stewardess
we
at the
go.
beginning was like,
Here
1,
we
2,
go.
3, and we all just went boom, we'd all be fine.
Here we go. Here we go. This is it. Everybody's going to be one or the other. That's what it is.
I'm sorry, my spine needs it. I don't know.
Are you team no recline?
I'm team no recline. I think
Yeah.
I'm either team no recline or all recline. And since we're not going to all recline, we should not recline.
So we should all just do this. We should take a vote at the beginning. And you know what? In fact, let's see who reclines. Okay, and then obviously who doesn't recline? I guess it's gonna be the other half.
It's almost
It's so
50-50.
divisive.
It's split.
It's almost
It's split.
50-50.
That's polarizing.
This is why we can't fly airplanes.
I think it's a lesson in posture, right? So,
Yeah.
we all should engage our core and just sit up straight, okay? You guys are just like
This
chill.
is the root
You
of
guys
the
are like
issue.
man spread. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, there's plenty of
What are
room.
you talking about?
can just. I have very short legs. I'm not a recliner, but I don't get mad if people
Yeah.
recline.
I mean, look at this guy. Look at how comfortable he looks.
Yeah. I'm
and-
settling in.
And if,
Yeah.
if this was my seat partner, I'd be like, do you. That's fine. It doesn't. On a plane, I think the rules just don't like.
Yeah.
You
Can
do
I
your
just
thing,
make-
I'll do mine.
Can I
Cla-
make
yeah.
one request? Just like, don't go so hard. You know, there's some people that just go, "Hah!" and it takes you by surprise. That's messed
Yeah.
up, man. I got knees.
Yeah.
It's messed
Yeah.
up.
That's
As,
true. If you have your laptop, like the little thing that
Yes.
comes down
Oh,
here,
yeah.
if you have your laptop in there and you have it like in the wrong angle and they come back because the space does
Yeah.
shorten, you could bust that thing up. Like
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
we
There's-
should like
there's
have
a
a
danger
social
concern.
cue where it's like reclining, and then you like go back.
I think Patrick hit the nail on the head here. The real issue is it's a posture thing, and I just have terrible posture, and I don't want it to be addressed. And so the
Fair.
second someone's like, don't put it back, I'm like, that's a personal attack. I
Maybe
won't
the
have
right, yeah.
maybe the recliner should come with a horn.
it. No, it should come with the car, the truck. Meh, meh,
Yeah,
meh,
that's
I love it.
meh, meh.
Yeah, you want to talk about annoying 600 seats doing that. Oh, my gosh.
Well, that's the way we did it all at once.
That's
Or
true.
like a silent vote. There's a
Yeah.
button on the seat, and we all
And then what
vote.
if you're like eating or drinking something? You got to just do this? Like, what do you got to sit up? No, man. Come on.
You can sit. You can eat like this.
Yeah, I could. I guess.
Dude,
Well,
you know,
my
like,
thing
you're,
is,
you're tall. You're
I'm
you're a tall boy.
not meant for economy flights, and that's all we can afford. So I'm just folded in back there, and like when you recline back, it's over for me. But I also like while I'm very uncomfortable, I was uncomfortable before you recline back, and the problem is while I want no one to recline, I also know that they put a button there. I can't they put a button there. If they didn't want you to do it, they wouldn't put a button there.
Yeah.
So even though it is against my personal feelings, I do side with the recliners. I know it's weird, but I
You
do.
know what? I'm also realizing the irony in this is that they also put horns on cars. So
Oh
my
gosh.
exact logic could be used against me on
That's
the
right.
former
Yeah,
pet
yeah,
peeve.
yeah, 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 yeah. You
Now,
hypocrite.
Marcus, I know we flew you out on first class,
Duh.
when you got all that room.
All of
I was
all,
going to mention that next.
all United Airlines seats are first class,
That
right?
was our understanding.
Yeah.
I could recline. I
We
tell you.
tried,
did-
we
hey,
tried
we
to
did-
do
we
first
did-
class, and they said, no,
No,
the whole flight.
this is a
first
true
class.
story. We did Economy Plus, and Brand's like, hey, like, we should, if we can do first class, like, if it's like, another $1,000, let's do it. And it was triple. It was triple. The
It's
cost.
insane.
And we were like, we can't do it.
It's insane. I fly my actors out. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I fly them out
Coach.
because first class is
Baggage.
like triple.
Yes.
Do you want to pay triple to go up the plane? You get to the same place.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're flying
But
domestically.
Economy Plus, I want to be very clear, not economy for Marcus Rosner.
So what, I'm curious though, like aisle, middle, or
Aisle.
or window.
Aisle.
Aisle.
Aisle is aisle, then window,
then
then middle.
Yeah.
I feel like
For-
I'm really good at the middle seat, so I usually take the middle.
Wow.
It doesn't bother me, and
Rare.
I don't even use the armrest. I'm just like,
Wow.
read my Kindle.
Man, what a saint.
I don't pee.
Where do
you
you
know.
go?
I go window every time.
Really?
So thanks
Okay.
for the 2 aisle seats on the way here, boys.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So I picked aisle seats. I just assume everybody wants aisle seats.
You get a little more room if you're at the window. You definitely get a
man.
little more airspace this way.
Yeah,
and
but you
lean
can
your
do one of
head.
these numbers until they come down.
Dude,
I like
just-
I like this number.
Yeah.
Dude, you're
I like
just
getting
go
my
ahead-
leg
At 4 o'clock, just
chopped
go ahead
with
and
the-
check in and switch your seat to a window because you got aisles going back, bro.
I think you guys are
That's
under.
Bramble Fest.
You guys,
Yeah.
the middle seat's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I know.
All right, we ready for number 3?
All right, here
Yes.
comes number 3. Where are we? When people tag products on social media as if they're brand ambassadors.
Wow, this is very specific.
Yeah, okay. So, scenario. Oh, thank God there's no more pictures of me.
We
got
don't know
2
what
more
2 or
though.
1
Just wait
are.
till number 1, bud.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see what happens. Okay, so this is another like actor pet peeve, I guess. You get these actors sometimes. Maybe Patrick, you probably know people like this. They're like, okay, they're taking a flight, and then there's like a step and repeat at the gate or something, like United, you know, one of those things you stand in front of. And they're like, thanks, United, for the flight to Hawaii or whatever. They paid for that crap. They're completely making it seem like, are they getting paid to do this? Or are they not getting paid? I know so many actors that do this, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I think that if you're going to be a brand ambassador, just be one. Like, don't try to make it
obvious.
seamless. Yeah, just make it like, hey, like, I love this product. They love me.
Well, can I throw a hypothetical out there? What if you're grinding? What if you are trying to get to that place? You're not there yet.
You're trying to, like, hopefully someone notices that, like, there's a superior water. that is-
Brandon
Well,
Dan
like,
has
what-
definitely done this.
What
by
about
human
this?
hands. And it would be a water, like it would be a natural. If somebody like always drinks only one water, it would be a natural. It would be a natural. Everybody would. It would be symbiotic.
Well, the thing about it
Like,
is
I don't want grubby hands in my water.
You've
I want
always talked about if there's a
artesian
water
yeah.
out there where they weren't being touched all the time by human hands,
That's right.
you drink more water.
I just don't condone that kind of thing. I just think like these big brands, Oh, that is refreshing. How's that?
Oh man, you can tell there's no hands been anywhere near it.
Well, that is the finest of waters,
It is.
Fiji.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's right.
as we were saying,
So what were you saying?
yeah, it's just I don't think it's proper.
We got it. We're
Samsung's not going to sponsor.
No, we got it. We got it. We're good.
Also, get an iPhone.
No. No. You guys get a Samsung. I don't know what to tell you. That's right. K-Own. Shout out.
K-Own.
Elizabeth, shout out. Samsung.
You're not invited to the group chats.
That's right. I didn't want to be there anyway.
Patrick.
Yes. So there's a hashtag called like not spawn or whatever.
Yeah.
And I do say that on the podcast when we do
That's
like
true.
talk about something. I'm always like, this is not sponsored. This is not sponsored, because I don't want people to think that I am like endorsing a product or getting paid to endorse a product. So that makes sense. And if you're trying to pass that off as like an actor or just a person like on TikTok or whatever, it does create it's not a good look, I think, for brands to want to work with you in the future. So, yeah, I get that.
You know what I think? I think that this world is woefully just unfair because the celebrities out there get all the free stuff sent to them, and us over here, we don't get anything. So let us try, Marcus.
Oh, boy.
Let
Oh,
us
boy.
try.
I want to be clear. I am talking about faux celebrities doing this.
Yes.
That's exactly
real
what
sponsorships
they're
trying
trying
to pass as not.
act like they're up here getting the stuff, and
Okay.
they're not actually getting it.
So okay.
But also, we did get sent Outback Steakhouse pajamas.
That's true.
So
You can post that.
Yeah.
That's the threshold.
Outback Steakhouse reached out. We'd like to send you something. We thought maybe Bloomin' Onion, maybe even gift card.
Yeah.
Instead, we got pajamas.
Onesie. It was a onesie.
It was a sweatshirt.
Was it?
So it was
Okay.
a two-boy. Yeah.
Should have been a onesie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lifetime sent me a blanket one time. I posted that.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
I got a blanket from Lifetime.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Lifetime Hallmark. They send stuff, and I go, thank you for this. This is very thoughtful.
Right.
Number 2.
I don't go out and buy it and then act like, hey, look what they gave me.
Yeah.
True.
Do you want to tell us about your smoothie really quick, or
My what?
your shakes that you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Good time to plug some supplements.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah. We ready for number 2?
We have a very specific deal, and it does not pertain to podcasts.
Okay. There you go.
When someone tells you a story and uses the name of someone you've never met without introducing them as a character.
Oh, yeah.
People do this all the
Yeah,
time. I'll be talking to my mom. She'll be
man.
like, Susan said, I don't know Susan,
Don't know
Mom.
Susan.
I've never met her.
Yeah. Give me
I
some
don't,
info on
I
Susan
don't
or
have
don't tell the
any
story. Yep,
context
yep.
for who she is, and you've lost me.
Yeah. It's like every one of Rick Dilby's stories.
Oh, no.
Do you know that I'm not living your life? I have
That's right.
different people
Yeah.
in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good one. I
This
think
is a
everybody
really,
can relate
really
to
good
it.
one.
I think everybody has been listening to a story and heard a name and just went, I don't know who you're talking
And
about.
then you just tune out after that.
Yeah.
It's
You're
bad
done.
And
storytelling.
you're like ragging your mind, like, should I know who you're talking about?
That's right. And so you're not
then-
listening
yeah.
anymore. You're
Nope.
thinking
Yeah,
about,
that's tough.
should I know? Yeah, exactly. With you, Patrick?
In this scenario,
Uh-oh.
I usually just make up who Susan is, like in my brain.
Yeah.
But it's like a very small town thing to do, right? Like where you're
Yes.
just like kind of dropping names in your story, and
Yep.
you're like, oh, okay. So it doesn't necessarily bother me, but yeah, I don't think I would do that in a storytelling.
It's a good one.
Right?
It's a good one.
It's a really good
I,
one.
I come from a small. I love small towns. I come
Okay.
from a
You
small
were
town.
born- I was
All
born
my
in a
friends
small
are
town,
family.
yeah.
I was born in
Do
a
you,
small
do
town.
you have anything against a big town? Or you?
I like both.
Yeah,
I
nothing
I
against a
literally
big town.
spend half
Can
my
I-
time
man,
in
really
each.
quick-
None.
quickly.
Yeah.
You're in a big town.
Yeah. I will die in a small town.
Is there?
though.
But what if you can't? Like, what if you don't have a say in it?
Listen, I don't know how. Like, look, read my lips. I will die in a small town.
You were born in one.
Nothing. Born in one.
Yeah.
Found Jesus in one.
Oh,
will
wow.
die in one. But I don't mind. I don't begrudge a big
Where'd
town.
you meet your wife?
Small town.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I'll die.
For some reason, I thought you met
And
her in
they'll
a big town.
probably bury me there.
Oh, okay. Fair.
They might fly me to the big town. I don't know.
Yeah. Never mind.
They're probably going to bury me there.
You don't
Sorry,
have to say
back to you.
Yeah.
Good.
Go on.
John Mellencamp is very,
I-
very relevant.
Great song. Karaoke later, everyone.
Yeah.
Sucking
that's
on
right.
a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's how the
tasty freeze.
That's right. Yeah. All right. You ready? Are we?
Oh, is that
Oh,
it?
one more?
Okay.
Yeah,
No-
let's move on.
Number
We're
one.
ready to
Okay.
number one?
Okay.
There's no way out of that, John Cougar Mellencamp did.
No.
This will be interesting. When people watch TV with subtitles on,
Yeah! Yeah! That's right! That's right, Marcus.
I
Tell
also
'em.
want to.
Tell him.
I had such an issue with that line.
Put the ball down.
yeah.
Close your eyes. Make a wish and hit it as hard
hard
as
as
you
you
can.
can.
Golfing movie. Are you kidding me?
I took golf lessons for a month before this movie. If there's one thing I knew, it was not to hit it as hard as you
Never,
can.
ever, ever.
And I tried to tell them that, and they said, "Shut up."
That's a line.
It's a nice thing to say. Why does this
Shut up
bother
and
you?
look good.
It bothers me because use your ears.
That's right. That's right. The film,
I know.
the
Can we get-
filmmaker. Go ahead. You go.
Can we
ahead.
get another vote? Who watches with the subtitles on?
Oh, I do.
Yeah. so-
Boo.
and without the other half, obviously. I think we're training ourselves
Yeah,
to
of
not pay
course.
attention to the visual
That's right.
aspects of the TV or
That's
the
exactly
film.
right. Yeah. No, obviously, hearing impairment.
Yeah.
Obviously, foreign language film. That's not what we're talking about.
I'm talking about my friends who are like in their 20s or 30s
With a
and
green
they've
bowling
just
shirt on.
they've just gotten lazy.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Super,
Oh.
Super duper lazy.
I just want to say I used to be in that camp, and then I started doing it, and now I
It's
love
the worst. It's
But that's how it
I-
happens. You do it and then you can't
But
stop.
I feel like it all works now.
You-
I mean,
You're
it all
missing
fits in there.
something, though. You're missing. It's a visual.
Listen, not
medium.
everybody can be as amazing as I am when you're watching something to be able to do the hard task of reading and watching at the same time.
No, you're not doing. But you're not doing.
You don't know
Brain.
what's going on in my brain. Don't act like you know. Don't say you don't.
You don't know.
Don't
You
say
don't know.
it.
No,
Don't
you
say
don't
it.
know.
You don't
No,
know.
you don't
know
know.
what you know. You
You
don't know what I know.
because you're missing it. You don't know.
Hot.
Sucking on a
topic.
chili dog.
Hot. Topic.
Sucking on a chili dog to you, sir.
Yeah, it's a vroom vroom. I
Okay.
said vroom vroom.
Wow. We need to mediate.
Yeah. There's a mise en scène you're missing. There's a reason it's a visual medium. There's a reason that the director decided to have the audio be what it is. If you have a hard time hearing in Christopher Nolan's movies, it's on purpose.
Oh my gosh,
It's on
let's bring
purpose.
the film critic on stage.
Uh-oh. Alonso.
The film
Mari,
Heated.
Mari.
I have opinions.
Come sit.
First of all, one day you will be old, sir, and your hearing will die away, and you will be so grateful that those subtitles
It's a
exist.
separate issue.
Okay, putting that one aside, there have been many articles written about the fact that most movies and television of late have been mixed for ish, and the music is too loud, and the dialogue is too quiet, and y'all mumble. I'm sorry.
It's true. That's true. We do be mumbling.
Everybody be Brando out here, all and look. Sometimes you pop in a film from another country where they allegedly speak English,
Yes.
and you need some guidance. Like I love me some Neil Jordan, but those Irish people start talking. I'm like, I need. What are the words? please?
Racist.
My ears are my ears. So yeah, I think given that Daniel, I know that you love foreign film and you've given subtitles get a pass. I think that subtitles can be on anything, even in the language that you actually speak.
You like foreign film? You didn't care for Love on the
And
Right
I'm
Course.
kind of shocked that you put the subtitles on, given how much of a headache you give me about watching films in another language.
I know.
You've already been training yourself to read while watching.
I'm my
something,
own
Brandon.
man. I'm my own man.
Okay.
I lived a surprise. I think this is a ridiculous number one. I think it's
A lot. Hey, everybody, give it up for Alonzo Duralde. The guy that loved Madam Web. Everybody, please, yes.
Did he say tennis sucks
Yeah,
as he
the-
departed? That's a golf movie.
The guy that said Jupiter Ascending was good enough to have a review on the box. Alonzo Duralde, everybody.
This
Yeah.
is what I'm gonna go really quickly so that we can try to get this done. Here's what
Okay,
I'm gonna do.
okay.
I have two that I'm gonna replace. I am gonna get rid of subtitles. Get out of here. And I'm gonna do a bold move where I replace your number one with this one. When you are grocery shopping and you're trying to walk down an aisle and somebody is standing there and they don't care to get out of the way. They're doing a thing. And that's messed up, man. You can see me. I know you can see me. Just do the thing where you walk closer to the thing for a second so I can get by you.
That's fair. You should ask them how many minutes they have left in front of the rice-a-roni.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. And then I'm going to get rid of plastic-covered furniture because I don't really understand it. And I'm going to replace it with docu-series that could have just been a documentary. Sometimes we make them too long, and it's just like you could have just been a documentary, and I would have enjoyed it more.
That's an epidemic now.
It is.
That's
it
a
is.
huge problem.
And here's what I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna go anger over reclining. I'm gonna move it down to number 10. I'm gonna put reading over your shoulder up there. I don't read, but I can imagine it's really frustrating. So I'm gonna move it up to number 4, and I'm gonna move non-safety car horn with forcing food. I want forcing food to be in the top 5. That's my list. Patrick?
Good list.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm realizing doing this for the first time that I don't have a lot of pet peeves. And I'm unbothered by most things. So I'm going to leave the list pretty much as it is.
I love that. For the sake of time, I love that.
Yeah, one
Yes.
swap. I'm going to take out the reclining, and I'm going to add Lindsay Lohan should be in more movies.
My pet peeve is the Lohanesance is taking too long.
It's taking too long. I need more.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Dano.
I have a few pet peeves. I'm gonna take out anger over reclining because I think it's a tough issue. It just is tough, and there's no fixing it. And I think both people are right. And I'm gonna take out non-safety car horn because I think there's just too many plot holes there. I think there's too many plot holes. I like it, but it's just not quite fully
Whatever.
formed. Those are the two I'm taking out. What I'm putting in, standing when the airplane lands.
Hey, okay.
What are you doing?
We're all getting off together.
We are in row 48. There's 6 a row. We're dang near 300 people who have to stand up, get their stuff out. Why?
Can I tell you why?
No,
because I refuse to recline. My body is
Okay,
in a tough
no.
shape, so I like to stand up.
I stand up to stretch. I sit right back down.
Oh no, I stand
and
the
then
whole
I
time.
wait.
I've been sitting
Yeah.
for a long time.
Standing when the airport lands, unless you're in the first 8 rows, I just don't get it.
Yeah, no, I don't stand because I'm in a hurry. I stand
just-
because I'm hurt.
And then the next one, this is such a common one, but if you're Brian, Aaron, Brandon, you know this about me. Slow drivers drive me absolutely bonkers. I'm not talking. Look, I know that I try to drive maybe a little bit faster than the speed limit, but if I can wait a minute, if I can go the speed limit and hit you, we have a problem. If you're in the left lane and are going the speed limit, we have a problem. These are very, very big. I'm going to do 2 swaps. I'm just going to read you my list 1 to 10. 1, subtitles. 2, standing when the airplane lands. 3, reading over, I switched it, reading over my shoulder. 4, forcing food. 5, tagging on socials when it's not exactly true. 6, slow driving. 7, plastic on the furniture. 8, workout reps, because that's big for me. 9, audition tapes. 10 is, I have tagging down here twice. Oh, yeah, explain story. I moved the story down. So, that's my list.
Marcus, was one of those lists, do you think it was got it the most right? Which
I
list?
have forgotten all the details of both your lists, so I'm just going to say that it sounded like Dan agreed with me on most subjects, and I'm sitting next to him. So, by virtue of proximity,
I love it.
I'm going to go
Fair
with Dan.
enough.
That works.
Fair enough.
This list, everybody.
This list.